Welcome to Wetlek. I'm going to discuss the anatomy of sacrum of dog. In case of dog, the sacrum is formed by the fusion of bodies and processes of three sacral vertebrae. So it has three joints. Sacrum is roughly triangular in shape. As you can see, it is roughly triangular in shape, and it articulates cranially with last lumbar vertebra, while caudally it articulates with the coccygeal vertebra. It also articulates with the ilium bone to form sacroiliac joint, and it articulates craniolaterally with the ilium in order to form the sacroiliac joint. This point of the sacrum articulates with the ilium of os cocci of dog. A vertebral canal passes throughout the vertebral column, and this vertebral canal is formed by the intervertebral foramen of every single vertebra which is present in the vertebral column. So in case of sacrum, the portion of vertebral canal is known as sacral canal. So the portion of vertebral canal which is passing through the sacrum is known as sacral canal. If we talk about the basic features of this sacrum, then first is the body of sacrum. As you can see that this body of sacrum is dorso-ventrally flattened. It is dorso-ventrally flattened, and it contains cranial and caudal extremities, which are called extremitus cranialis, which is present at the cranial end, and the extremity which is present at the caudal end is known as extremitus caudalis. So this is extremitus caudalis and this is the extremitus cranialis. Sacrum has three surfaces. One is the dorsal surface, a ventral surface, and third one is the lateral surface. This is the lateral surface of sacrum. If we talk about the ventral surface of sacrum, then the ventral surface of sacrum is concave. It is concave in shape, and it also contains a base. This is the base of sacrum which is present at the ventral end, and this is the apex. This is the apex and this is the base. And in addition to this base and apex, the ventral region of the sacrum also contains four foramens. This base of sacrum, which is present at the cranial end of the sacrum and is present, actually the part of ventral surface of sacrum, is broad and expanded. As you can see in the picture, it is broad and expanded, and it is directed proximally and cranially. And in other words, we can say that this base of sacrum is inclined upwards. This is the ventral border of base of sacrum, and this ventral border is called promontorium. This is the ventral border, promontorium. On both sides of base, as you can see here, on both sides of this base, there are large projections which are known as ala sacralis or sacral wings. These are sacral wings, and these wings actually articulate with the ilium in order to form sacroiliac joint. So on both sides of base, these wings are present. And if we see at the other end, which is the caudal end of sacrum, you can see that here apex of sacrum is present. So apex is the small caudal extremity of sacrum as it is present on the caudal end. Now another feature which is present on this ventral surface is linea transversa or transverse lines. These transverse lines are not much clear in this picture. So totally there are two transverse lines. One is present here and other is present here. And these transverse lines are actually the lines of fusion of sacral vertebrae, and they are present on this ventral surface. As I have told you that this sacrum is formed by the fusion of three sacral vertebrae. So the area where these three vertebrae are actually joined with each other, that area forms these transverse lines or linea transversa. So there are actually two lines. One line is present here, one transverse line, and other transverse line is present here. It is not much clear in this picture. Now the other feature is the sacral canal, and as I have told you that this sacral canal or canalis sacralis is the continuation of the vertebral canal in the sacrum. So it is actually the portion of vertebral canal which is present in sacrum. This is the sacral canal, and it runs throughout the throughout this sacrum. Here, this is the sacral canal. This sacral canal is a hollow space and it runs from the base, this base, up to the apex of sacrum. Its diameter is much narrower in the sacrum as compared to its diameter in the lumbar region. And within the sacrum, this canal continues to be narrower as we move from the base or cranial extremity towards the apex or caudal extremity. So at the cranial end or near the base, this sacral canal is wider, while as we move towards its apex or the caudal extremity of sacrum, this sacral canal continues to be narrower. So this is the sacral canal. Then the next feature which is of the ventral canal is the ventral foramens. So there are totally 4 foramens or 2 pairs of foramen which are present on this ventral surface of sacrum. So these 2 foramens are present on the cranial and 2 are present on the caudal end. Now let's discuss the dorsal surface of sacrum. The dorsal surface of sacrum is convex. As you can see here, it is convex, while the ventral surface was concave. So the dorsal surface is convex and it contains 3 spinous processes, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 spinous processes. The median sacral crest is formed from the fusion of these 3 sacral spinous processes. So this is the median crest and it is formed from the fusion of these 3 sacral spinal processes. The function of this sacral crest is the attachment that it serves as the attachment point for the supraspinous ligament. Now these are intermediate sacral crests and these are formed by the fusion of articular processes. Articular process is present here and here and it is a rudimentary structure which is present in sacrum. So their fusion forms this intermediate sacral crest. Like ventral surface, the dorsal surface of sacrum also contains 4 foramens or 2 pairs of foramens, and these are also divided into 2 are present at the cranial end like this and 2 are present on the caudal end of the sacrum. So 2 foramens are present on this caudal extremity or towards the caudal end of the sacrum and 2 are present on the cranial end of sacrum or towards the cranial extremity. These dorsal and ventral foramens are actually they serve as the pathway for the passage of spinal nerves. Now let's discuss the lateral surface of sacrum. If we see the at the lateral surface of sacrum, then the first feature is the pars lateralis or lateral mass, which is the area which is present just lateral to the ventral foramen. This is the pars lateralis, and in this picture here you can see this is the pars lateralis. Then the other feature is the wing of sacrum, which forms sacroiliac joint with the ilium of os coxae. This is the wing, sacral wing. This is the sacral wing or ala sacralis. So these 2 structures are present on the lateral surface of sacrum. Now, like other vertebrae, in case of sacrum, there are also vertebral notches which are present on the cranial and caudal extremities of the sacrum. So, at the caudal end, we have caudal vertebral notches or vertebralis caudalis in caesura vertebralis caudalis, and similarly on the cranial end, there are also 2 notches which are known as cranial vertebral notches or in caesura vertebralis cranialis. So totally we have 4 notches. 2 are present at the cranial and while other remaining 2 are present at the caudal end of the sacrum. These notches, like in the other vertebra, these notches help in the formation of vertebral foramen. Now, another structure that you can see on this caudal and cranial end is the caudal articular process and cranial articular process. So, on the caudal extremity of the sacrum, there are 2 caudal articular processes, and similarly at the cranial aspect, there are 2 cranial articular processes. This cranial articular process helps in articulation with the caudal articular process of last lumbar vertebra, while this caudal articular process helps in articulation with the cranial articular process of first caudal vertebra. And as you can see in this picture that the caudal articular process is present at the base of this sacral crest. So this was all about the anatomy of sacrum of dog. Thank you.